I don't care how you was feeling before. Nope. But right now, it's time to feel good. Yeah. Let's go. I'm good. I'm good. It don't matter how my day starts off, cause I'm good. I'm good. Don't bring your negativity.
Hi everyone, I'm Corinne Briley here with Terry Fletcher, and we want to welcome you to the BunLife Podcast, coming to you from Southern California.
So hey Corinne, how are you this week?
Tired as all get out, of course.
Yes, exhaustion has set in for both of us.
I can't even see straight.
I've had moments where all I want to do is cry. I don't know how you've been feeling, but it's been a rough weeks. A rough couple of weeks. Oh my gosh. Is anybody out there feeling the same way we are? I mean, it has been between school starting for kids and work is piling up.
Traffic.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Keep that up. But it's just to the point where I need a break. I am headed towards burnout.
Terry, I literally text you when I was on the elevator screaming at the buttons because it wouldn't go up to the second floor. Well, that was because I was pressing the floor I was on, which was level 1. I kid you not. I don't like I'm 2 seconds away from putting like my milk in the cabinet and my keys in the freezer, and it's
well, I know some people when they get their coffee on the way to work, you know, they put in like sugar and cream. I'm ready for some, you know, Kahlua. I'm just like anything that's gonna just take the pain away. It is just, it's a weird feeling when you are just so exhausted, not just as a mom, but as a professional woman and trying to balance everything. And I don't think our kids recognize the syndrome.
I don't think some people do. They just look at you and go, oh gosh, are you okay?
Well, do you ever get is it your time of the month? I hate it when they say that.
Or when they ask me the obvious, oh, you look so tired. Did you not sleep recently? Well, you knew I missed 4 days of work because of my kids being sick at the same time. So
I know. And I hate being told I look tired. Really? Thank you, Captain Obvious. You know, I'm aware. I'm aware I look tired. I got to sleep at 1 a.m. from auditing, still sitting in my bedroom, and then I had a speaking engagement at 5:45 a.m. So yes, I know I'm tired, but it's interesting because I think when you feel that way and you finally recognize it, and I think a lot of women don't recognize it until it's too late.
Yeah,
you realize you got to do something for yourself. You just have to. And
those breather moments.
I noticed a nice mask you had on the other day. You put it on Instagram. That was pretty funny. What's that like?
It actually burned a little.
Oh,
I didn't mean it had like rose something, and I think my skin is sensitive to it. But yes, I've always tried to do a face mask once a week.
Oh.
That's how I know I've been crazy busy, because I don't do it. Or I usually do like my under eye little masks, and then I do a face mask for like firming, because your girl who's getting older.
Yeah.
And you gotta
like I said, gravity is not our friend. No.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Pulls everything down.
But I try to do that. Like, I'll tell my husband, hey, I'm gonna go take a shower. Give me a minute. I'm gonna take like a for real shower, not like the jump in and out one. I go in, I exfoliate with my scrub a dub, and then I do like my face mask afterwards, and then I do my brows sometimes, and then I have a lip mask. And I have everything, and I try to just take a minute to just do a little self-care.
Yeah.
I'm really into the exfoliating scrubber
mitts. Kind of cool.
Have you tried the mitt before?
I have not.
I highly recommend it.
Oh, nice.
Sephora has the one in the little checkout thing they get you every time.
They get you.
Yeah. And it was like $10, and you it's for your whole body.
Nice.
Can't do it every day, but I love it because it makes me feel really soft.
I love that. No, it's funny because now your kids like to join you in the bathroom.
Ugh.
Do they come in when you're getting your real shower?
No.
Or do you try to lock the door?
Lots of doors get closed, and I do lock the door. But often I get Carson coming in saying, you know, Mommy, I can't find this, or Daddy's going to have to help you, Bugs.
Right. My daughter has started this new thing because she is around a lot because they just changed her schedule at her second job, which is at 24 Hour Fitness. Shout out to them. But she starts substitute teaching this fall, you know, again, and while she's working on her credential. And it's just funny because she is home during the day because they make sure that she's available in the day. Well, that means that she bugs me. She wants to come in no matter where I'm at. You know, if I try to hide in the bedroom and say, okay, I'm just going to audit in here, or I'm in the kitchen, or I'm in my office at home. And we record from my satellite office just because I needed the space. But she'll come in when I'm in the bathroom now and just like push open the door, kind of like my cat does, like Dylan does. And basically he's like, Mommy. And I'm like, Summer, I'm sitting on the toilet. What are you doing? She goes, that's okay. It's really not. And so just, it gets to a point where not only are you tired, but you feel like you don't have those alone moments to just regroup. I mean,
you're pulled a million different ways.
You are. I saw a photo of you when you're getting ready to pick up your kids and you were sitting in your car and you just needed to take a breath. I loved that photo because if a picture can say 1,000 words, that was 1,000 words.
I really felt like it's important to remind yourself and remind others that it's okay to breathe. I actually just got a tattoo that says inhale and exhale because of that. There's so many times where I have found myself literally and physically holding my breath because I'm so stressed and overwhelmed, overworked. And as a parent in general, sometimes it's really easy to feel overworked and unappreciated for the things that you're doing because your kids aren't going to praise you. So, you just got to take those moments in between before picking up the kids and after your day job and breathe.
Well, and one of the things that I've tried to do, and I'm actually failing at it, and I'm really trying to, and I know we really have talked before about mom fails, and I'm having a personal woman fail on this. I have a book club, as I've mentioned before, I think, and I have pretty fast readers in that club, and I created the club, which is even worse. And actually your husband was talking to me about it the other day. He's like, you're like the worst book club member ever. And I'm like, I really am.
So
I'm like, well, what are you saying? But they usually finish a book, but a couple of my book club members, they're, basically stay-at-home moms that their kids have already been done and everything, and they have time. But I want to try to make the time to at least read a couple of pages. I even referred the book to you because it's a decent book. It's kind of weird.
I have to interject. Let me tell you something about this book that's very interesting so far. So I was so proud of myself.
How far did you get?
4 pages.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Daryl took a picture of me, I guess, or I confused my nights. I fell asleep with book in hand, with my glasses on.
Oh no!
No, I just couldn't do it. 4 pages, but those 4 pages were amazing, Terry. Thank you for the recommendation.
Well, it's funny because I fell asleep with the same book, but it's a hardcover book, and it smacked me in the face. I ended up with a tiny bruise on my nose. I'm like, okay, but I mean, I'm actually on page 104, which I'm so excited. Which the chapters, if anybody, what is it called? The woman in the window, or the other woman in the window. I'll look it up before we go. But it's a good book. I love the book. It's odd. It's very strange, and it's an expensive book. I was like, wow, $16 for a hardcover book.
That's the one I got on Amazon.
Amazon, yeah. And it's a great book, but it's just like, I have to find time to read it because, by the way, my book club meeting that was last week, they're all done with it, and we've moved on to Crazy Rich Asians.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the movie's already out.
And I won't go see the movie. I won't read the book if I've seen the movie. And so I need to finish this book, and I want to finish it because during the book, a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, wait till you get to this part. Oh my gosh. And they haven't let me know. I could only go to half of my book club because I didn't want to be surprised.
Of your own book club.
Of my own book. Yeah. Of my own book club. We have it at each other different houses every month. But that's one of the things that if I think of just a personal fail, not a mom fail, but just a personal fail, I don't take the time for myself and just block everybody else out, block work out because I'm just so overwhelmed with work right now, and just, take an hour and read my book, But I mean, one thing I did do is really try not to ignore my friends. And that's really hard, to do when you're like, but I've got this, or I know that's hard for you too, because you've got household chores and kids and husband and things you're trying to do. And
right.
I've got the husband and an adult child, which is a little different because I don't have to take care of her like you do, but she's still in my face. She's still in my space. I'll be nicer. She's in my space, but it is different. I don't know how you do it. I mean, I think you need a big S on your chest and a cape. So just because you keep it together.
That, I don't keep it. Are you kidding? If you would have seen me a couple weeks ago, has it already been a couple weeks? Only a week or so? Okay.
We've lost track of the days.
I don't know. I was in the middle of my living room floor, bawling hysterically while both of my kids were crying. Like, there's sometimes only so much you can take on an emotional level, in a physical level, when you're exhausted. But then I felt like a complete jerk because then my daughter's like, Mommy, I made you cry. And I was like, oh no, but you did, but you didn't. Like, how do you explain that to them?
It's hard.
And then a friend of mine actually just posted a picture of a similar situation with her children. And it's just those moments where you're like, people cry.
They do. And sometimes you need to cry.
Sometimes you need a good ugly snot bubbles cry.
Yeah, cry where you just have that
no
ugly
judgment.
face, no judgment.
Yeah.
And it just kind of makes you, it's almost like a release. Like you finally just let it go.
Yeah, and just use your kids' like shirt to wipe your nose. I've done that before. Like, oh,
that's awesome. And it's funny too because, so Corinne and I, we mentioned before that we're about 20 years difference in age and everything. We still get along great. But
it's all a matter of how you feel.
It's all a matter of how you feel. But certain female cycles I don't have anymore, which I'm pretty excited about. I'm actually proud to say, I don't have anymore. But I still get the emotional part. And I can tell when it's coming. Well, especially since my daughter and I have synced, emotional schedule like that. But I'll be watching a commercial and it'll be just the cutest puppy, but I'll just lose my mind, It's just like, I think even the BunLife Dilly Dilly, and I'm like, that is so awesome, and I'll start crying.
I have a Dilly Dilly shirt.
That's awesome.
There's this whole joke because my son Dylan, so we don't really call him, some people call him Dilly. For short, but the commercials during football season, Dilly Dilly, and so then it became a thing where everyone would say it and Dylan would do it too. So my a family member of mine sent over shirts, and so I have a shirt that says Dilly Dilly.
That's awesome. Actually, it's funny because last night my friend Julie, she basically goes, I'm taking you out of the pit of misery, Dilly Dilly. You're going to have it was National Red Wine Day. I love these national days because they make them for everything. National Chocolate Chip Day, National Pizza Day. Yeah. And so she's like, come on, we got to go over to our wine club and have a flight. And I'm like, great. I'm like, I'm out of here. But it was just funny. And she, at the very end, she's like, Dilly Dilly. And then when we were there, she's like, I'm like, did we just have an earthquake? And everybody's like, no. Yes, we did. We had
totally
one from
missed
Laverne. It was only 3.3 or 3.9 or something, but
yeah.
I felt it. It just made me, whenever earthquakes happen, all of a sudden I look down and I feel nauseous. I was like, something's swaying, and everybody else is like, that didn't happen, Terry. You're just imagining it.
Have you ever been in a building with rockers?
Yes.
My old building at work is on rockers, and we're on the 4th floor, the top floor. That's some creepy shit.
Well, I actually was a long time ago when the, I just lost my train of thought when it came to which earthquake it was, but it was in the 80s. And
Northridge?
Yes,
yeah.
Thank you. And I was in a top building. I was really young back then, just letting you know. And I was really young. I wasn't even married to my first husband. And so in the top building, there was all windows. I mean, we were just surrounded by windows, and all of a sudden they started blowing out. And I'm up there because I was the first one in at 7 a.m. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I hit the deck, and there's glass everywhere, and the building's swaying, and scared the heebie-jeebies out of me, absolute crap out of me. So that is
so scary.
It was.
I remember I was in one where it actually woke Daryl and I up, and it was long. It was about 4 to 5 years ago. No, how old is Carson? 6? Maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And it woke us up, and it was long. And then
it's like a rolling one that you have to get in the doorways or something.
That's exactly. Yeah. And we actually we went to check on her, and a couple of things, but that was a decent one, but nothing like
Northridge. And we don't have them very often. For those of you that are not from California,
yes,
they're not like every week everybody's like, oh my gosh, your earthquakes. This is the first one, and it was a small one in a really long time.
Yeah, we get the like really, really small ones that kind of just make you question, is someone shaking their leg?
Exactly.
Or
what is that? Yeah.
Yeah. What are you shaking? Are you moving?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Exactly. And you can usually see like the blinds moving or something like that.
Or like your drink will kind of like Jurassic Park status. Like,
right. Exactly. But for the moms out there and the professional women and those of you that are thinking that, oh my God, exhaustion, I totally can relate. Just know we're all feeling it. I think it's the time of the year. We've had a couple of full moons. I think it's just part of what's going on. So
yeah, I think women tend to feel guilty for feeling exhausted. Like it's a social expectation almost that you just got to keep going, and you do. You got to keep swimming. You got to Nemo that. And keep going. And I have friends who are notorious and fantastic swimmers in this situation. They just keep going, and you would never know unless they told you that they're struggling with exhaustion.
And see, I look at you and I see just how, Carson starts her first grade today, and she looked beautiful. And her braids and her little uniform, and she's so much taller than last year, and she looks so much older, but I just see how Dylan's ready to go, and you keep it together, even though I know that maybe emotionally, you're like hanging on a thread,
very thin thread.
According to your Instagram account, you're like awesome.
But that's the thing. Most people don't post the negative.
The negative, yeah.
I have posted negative. I have posted video of me almost in tears, with my kids in tears, and I think it's.
But you kind of not make fun of it, but you make light of it.
Heck yeah! What else are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you gotta have some comical relief when just shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
When things just start to collapse right in front of you and everything's spilling, every kid is falling, everybody's losing something, things burn in the kitchen at the same time that they're spilling this, that, and the other, and it's like you just have to sit there and you get the little crazy laugh going.
Crazy. You do.
It's a very creepy laugh. My daughter has seen it and she's like, Mommy, what is that? And
you also have to recognize too that when this exhaustion sets in, or this overwhelmed feeling, realize that your spouse is not the enemy, because we start snapping at them. Tom looks at me sometimes and goes, what did I do? Or it's something that I've been fine with before, and all of a sudden now I'm not happy with him acting a certain way.
Just the other day, Terry, I might have told you this. Daryl pissed me. I don't even know what it was, to be completely honest. I don't remember what it was, but I snapped at him, and I remember I closed the door and I sent him a text message, and I said, I'm so sorry, honey. That was my vagina talking. Oh. It was not me. I'm so sorry. And he's like, thank you. And like there are just moments where
It's really funny.
Yeah, it's not me. It's my vagina. What else could it be?
What can you do?
My vagina.
It's just what else can you do? You got to just almost embrace the craziness.
Absolutely, and your significant other needs to embrace the crazy too.
Well, and he basically goes. My husband's like, oh, don't worry, I've looked at the calendar. I'm like, hey, I don't have that anymore. He goes, okay.
Carson starts, linking up with me emotionally, and it's hilarious because it talk about making no sense, because it makes sense if I am emotional during my time in life. But like Carson, all of a sudden, I kid you not, she's standing in the middle of the living room, hysterically bawling, crocodile tears, snot bubbles, just can't make sense of what she's saying, and we go, Carson, booger, what's wrong? What's going on? I don't know.
That's exactly. It's the age.
And
Summer did it too.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, honey. Yeah. Let's just go to bed.
Let's just go take
call it
quiet,
even.
call
Yep.
It
Let's
time.
just go. Let's just. You know what, Daddy? You just go sit on the couch, and Daryl's looking at me like, "What the hell is going on?" I'm like, I got this.
Mom will take care of it.
I got this.
Exactly.
You can't relate.
Dads can't relate to that. It's just an emotional, and they don't know why. We don't know why we have it. So I can't even imagine, a 6-year-old trying to figure it out.
She's just looking at me like, what's wrong?
But in saying all this exhaustion, and actually, you know what? We're here for you guys because we found the time to fit in the podcast. The one thing that I think is I have a victory, a small victory
Heck
from this
yeah,
week.
let's hear it because we are all about this.
Well, I went up to visit my family in Portland.
Yes, you did, and you left me.
And I did. I left her for 4 days, but I showed you pictures.
You did, and I blew up your phone every day.
It was great because I was like, I miss Corinne. I miss Carson.
Carson.
But it was funny because, okay, so everybody, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, Terry, that's a big victory, not a small. So we're flying back. And we're on the tarmac, and before we leave Portland, and the captain gets on the airwaves and basically says, hey folks, well, one of our computers basically is malfunctioning, which the computer is basically one that we need to fly the plane, but it's okay because Seattle has it covered and it's no big deal. And he actually said that, no big deal. So we're just waiting for some paperwork. So we get up in the air and we're flying, and it's an hour and 45-minute flight back to Orange County. And about, 15 minutes, and you can feel the plane when it's starting to, descent. He goes, hi, folks. He goes, we're going to have to divert to Los Angeles because we still had that malfunction, and we had it twice in the air. And so we can't land on a small runway. I don't need to know that. That's TMI. So
How do you
I don't
TMI
need to know
pilot?
that. That's a little bit too much information. So yeah, we did land safely. I ended up in LA, which you actually picked me up from for that week.
Did.
But it was good. So that I feel like I survived. That's my big victory. I made it back.
That's huge because in a selfish component, I am like, thank you. But I've seen way too many scary movies with planes, so I can definitely feel that. Yeah, no, that would have scared the bejeebus out of me.
So how did you do this week? Yeah.
Subpar, to be honest. I'm mediocre of a mom. This couple of weeks have been super challenging. But to be honest, it's been super challenging, but there have been moments of really awesome moments.
Nice.
Moments of you get what I'm saying.
I do.
I have had moments that have been challenging at work, moments that have been challenging with the kids and with my husband, but at the same time, I'm having positives in each and every one of those categories. So I really have to say, I mean, even with acknowledging certain things, I try to acknowledge good and bad because there's always areas of improvement. But my small victory actually occurred last night when I did my laundry.
Oh, yes. you have underwear.
I have now underwear. I did not go and buy new underwear because I've been known to do that in the past. In fact, the pair that I'm wearing right now is a needed laundry day purchase, so I didn't have time or energy to do my laundry. And for those of you who don't know, but if you know me at all, you probably know this because I complain often about it, is that we are currently in a situation where we're making a few sacrifices for the bigger picture. And although we own a brand new, perfectly functioning, beautiful set of washer and dryer, it is still saran wrapped from our previous home because we do not have a washer and dryer hookup in our current residence. So we go to the laundromat. So my small victory is that I did laundry last night. I felt like Incredible Hulk because carrying that big ass basket over to the thing was super impressive. But not only did I do my laundry, here's the kicker. I folded it and put it away, including all hanged items, the same night.
That's crazy. What's the word?
Who am I?
Who are you?
Yeah, who is this?
That is
New Year, new me.
That is awesome. Well, I think it's mainly because it's in celebration of your birthday tomorrow.
Oh my God!
We have to shout out Corinne and say happy birthday. I'm not singing to you, just so you know.
Please don't. I'm so embarrassed.
Tomorrow is her birthday, and so we're excited to be able to. I get to take her to lunch tomorrow, so I'm excited. For
Hooters.
That. Hooters. There you go. I figured, let's represent. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. So we're picking her up from work, and we're going to Hooters for lunch. So
Virgo.
There you go.
I'm like the ultimate Virgo.
That's awesome. No, I love it. And shout out to all you moms out there. You know what? If you're struggling, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're exhausted, just know that we're with you. We hope your September and your fall schedule goes a little bit better, but just breathe, take a moment for yourself, do what you can just to get through it. But no, we are always here for you and hopefully give you a little bit of comic relief and a little bit of a moment to your day to listen in. So thanks again for listening in this week, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye. Thank you for listening to the BunLife Podcast. For more information on all things BunLife, go to thebunlife.com. Don't forget to subscribe, whether it be on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, or your favorite podcast provider, so you don't miss an episode. Until next time.
I'm good. I'm good. Yep. Hands up. Yep. Hands up. Clap. 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 Say it with me. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. That's right. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.